today a number of young students moving away from studying science and technology.
That's right.
And it's a global problem. It's not only
global,
for,
not only Thailand.
Because you have to fight against the lifestyle which is changing. In automotive industry, for example, Thailand is very good. We are a hub of the.
Swadika, welcome to Thailand. Today I'm Kusumayo Thasmut as your host. The Ministry of Science and Technology has a clearly laid out strategy to increase and leverage the country's socio-economic development capacity over the next 15 years in order to avoid the dreadful middle income trap. Homegrown innovation will be prioritized to tackling emerging challenges such as aging society and poverty, while a new generation of youth and young children will be encouraged to embrace technology and innovation early. Our guest today is Dr. Pichet Durongkaveroj, the Science and Technology Minister, who will share with us the government's vision on innovation, creation, and path the country is taking towards international recognition. We are honored to welcome His Excellency Dr. Pichet Durongkaveroj. He is from the Science and Technology Minister. He is the Minister of Science and Technology. Sawadika. Welcome to Thailand today, sir.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Well, sir, we would like to start off with the knowledge of the Thai people, children. We normally thinking that the Thai we're not very good at science and technology. What do you think as a minister?
Well, that statement is changing quite a bit today.
Yes,
Practically because nowadays science, technology, and especially innovation is now vital for national economic development or even social development. And it's something that our young generation can be very much interested, partly because of the advancement or progress in technology. Today, all around us, even within our bodies, we have a lot of technologies.
Yes.
When we wake up in the morning, we look at our chat or our emails first thing, right? So we cannot deny the fact that technology is now very pervasive, and it's very suitable, especially to our young people, because to them it's like a piece of toy.
Yes, exactly.
But to us, it's something that we have to struggle a little bit,
yes,
right? So I would say that nowadays is an opportune time for any government to exercise the fact that we can design our policy so that it would be adjustable to their lifestyle or even their career or their occupation through the role of science, technology, and innovation. And I'm sure that especially youth in Thailand now are very keen. It's a matter of us trying to provide them with a proper ecosystem for them to grow.
That's very important, because being supported by elders or being supported by government especially. So how much is our government is supporting on this matter?
We have been doing quite a lot, especially for the past 12 months. Starting from the fact that we realized earlier that today a number of young students are moving away from studying science and technology.
That's right.
And it's a global problem. It's not only
global,
for,
not only Thailand.
Because there are other things. And globalization, ease of searching for information or knowledge, and the role, the dominant role of entertainment in our young generation. You know. So it is my task, especially as Minister of Science and Technology, to find ways in order to get them back to study science, technology, which is not so simple because you have to fight against the lifestyle which is changing. You have to struggle against the occupations, some of which our young people think that studying is too hard, and the compensation once they graduate is not enough for them. So in doing so, we need to be very strategic. For example, we need to try to encourage the business people that need to recruit and attract young generation to do more technology. May it be technical or may it be design. To do so, it needs to be very attractive.
Of course.
And how to be attractive in the business today? First of all, the challenge must be high.
Exactly. Yes.
Secondly, the compensation or the salary, put it simply, must be attractive enough.
Attractive to them, yes.
And thirdly, logistically, usually they look for something that's very convenient to them. So I think apart from private sector, we also, from the government point of view, we also need to improve upon our education system so that it will be less boring and more challenging.
More challenging. Yeah. We did talk to the Minister of Education the other day. They were trying to change the timing of studying and all that. So maybe this is a coincide with what you are doing.
Certainly. Our Prime Minister has instructed us, the whole cabinet, in particular Ministry of Education. You know, to spare a few hours each day to get students outside of the traditional curriculum and get them to do something interesting, something that would excite them, something that would be practical in their daily living, as well as something that's frontier enough so that it will capture their imagination. You know, sometimes, as Einstein said, imagination is probably more important than knowledge, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So what we are talking about here is to try to be very creative in designing. It does not have to be textbook. You know, it can be projects, it can be teamwork, it can be research, independent research, or it can be sports, arts, or in the integration of science and arts together, which is possible today. Right? So I think it's a challenging time, and the government is trying to do its best in order to get us out of the traditional loop of study and education, which are not exciting enough.
Listen to Your Excellency, I feel good because it seems that we are progressing. So what exactly, now we're moving on to the innovation. So what is exactly the innovation that we are trying to do?
Well, we know the word science, we know the word technology, we know the word research. In the past few decades, we have been doing a lot. Not only Thailand, I think every country, especially in ASEAN countries, we have a committee of science and technology, which I joined last week in Lao PDR. And we talk about this sort of thing, right? So the problem of these three words is that a lot of times, once accomplished, it does not translate or transfer the wealth of knowledge into practical use, such as commercialization of products and services, or practical use of the community in their daily living. You know, so innovation, in a simple term, should refer to science, technology, or even non-science, non-technology,
and
that can deliver the usefulness to the public, to the business, to the communities, to education. Okay, so that's a very simple way to say it, but easier said than done. Kun Kusuma. So what the Thai government is now doing, we are creating a number of policies, a lot of policies actually, ranging from taxation policy in order to attract them to do more, infrastructure, legal, as well as technical cooperation, so that innovation can, in simple term, can move from laboratory shelves to the market.
Yeah. But this kind of innovation needed support by financially support. So in this sense, do you think that there are the capability of the Thai people, Thai business to do so, to create something?
I don't doubt the capacity of the business or even of our young people. As I mentioned earlier, what we need as a nation is to try to, first of all, provide opportunities for these people. Secondly, opportunity alone must come with some practical environment. So we need to construct some kind of ecosystem for them. And by ecosystem, we talk about, most recently, we have endorsed a number of policies in order to allow small and medium enterprises as well as startups to enjoy some tax benefits if they do innovation, right? Up to the level of providing tax incentive for individual if they do innovation to be able to exempt from paying personal income tax even. So that is very proactive in that sense. We also have a number of schemes in order to provide technical assistance to these SMEs as well as startups in order for SME to improve their productivity level. For startup to be able to know what sort of business they are getting involved because we must understand startups comes with ideas, comes with creativity. They may not be so keen about how to do business plan. They probably don't know, how to make profit or what sort of marketing they need to do. So it's this kind of ecosystem that we have been positioning Thailand, and we have done a great deal, but we'll do more in the coming months.
In coming months, there's a good promise that we need it. So what is the positioning of Thailand doing in international stage? When you say that you've been consulting and you've been associated with the ASEAN country, how about us in the international stage?
Well, I would not say who's ranking what, because sometimes it's out of proper context.
Of course.
But I would say that international cooperation is quite important because now there is a globalized world, and a lot of supply chain activities need the cooperation of many countries, many firms to work together. In automotive industry, for example, Thailand is very good. We are a hub of the automotive industry. But
in ASEAN?
In ASEAN, I would say in Asia. In Asia, partly because we have gained strength throughout the past 3 decades on the automobile parts and components. We are very good at that. We are very good at assembly, right? And at the same time, now there are more research activities of those international firms and companies who are located in Thailand to do more research. And once they do that, and I'm sure you know if I name names who they are, it will mean that Thailand would be a long-term hub of the automotive industry, and innovation comes into play at this point in time.
So this one, Thailand has been developed talent and intelligence to support this economy, and then make it as a force. So, however, small in the field, we're still small in this field.
Well, if you talk about human resource, we have a large number of researchers today in many sectors, right? However, we also need to look at the whole chain of human resource development from primary school, science education in primary school, career path for those who are entering universities, as well as those who are keen to be scientists or researchers, encourage them to do more. And this needs to bundle together. Because if you can do well at the primary school level in science, then you don't have too much difficulty to encourage them further on. And I think in doing so, we need, as I mentioned earlier, a clear picture of where the careers in science and technology and innovations are, how can they be absorbed if they are vocational students or if they are graduates from universities or postgraduates in universities, and how we can encourage them with competition, contests, and prize once they were still in the primary and secondary school level. And I must say that Thailand has been doing very well in gifted education. Each year today, we are producing at the top level maybe about 3,000 students a year. And for the top, but probably more distributed in style in terms of science classroom instead of science school, probably another additional 5,000. So in all, we have about 8,000 a year that can be the engine of growth.
Really?
That pull the whole train forward.
And why do they rank Thailand education is so low?
I think you have to look at details. I'm not quite sure whether a macro cumulative picture like that can really express the education status of a country. If you ask me, I can pinpoint to you where the excellences are.
I'm glad to hear that.
But at the same time, we also must admit that we have certain weaknesses that we have to address. And there are rooms for improvement for sure, especially the connectivity between education and career, education and the private sector.
The private sector, yes.
Right? And at the same time, how to educate our kids so that they can absorb both dimensions. The in-depth dimension, they know so well electrical engineering, but at the same time today it's all integrated, right?
Language.
So yes, well, you need to know what society we are living in.
Yes.
You need to know about the environmental issue. You need to know about water management system. So apart from the in-depth knowledge, now today we also need to look at the broader issue of how to make sure that our students, at least at the minimum level, would have a broad understanding of socialization, of social issues, of ethics, of teamwork, and of ability to learn, which is lifelong learning.
So they become like a kind of a strategy to encourage or to exploit them to progress into the innovation or into the international level. So this is the strategy that you're doing?
Yes, and if you refer to the whole thing that I said, we are not talking about a single ministry. We are talking about the whole government and the integration of, for the case of Thailand, 20 ministries together. Ministries also have to work with the private sector. Ministries also have to work with the community, with education, and so on. So it's a management of a complex system, if you ask me. But it's doable, but it needs a lot of political will. And today we have strong political leader, and we have a strong government that is very straightforward in its endeavor and very clear in our objective in getting our country up and running. Get out of all those confusion, and get out of all those inactiveness. Something that we have been doing a lot of hard work, but life goes on, and we will work harder.
But the problem of Thailand, to the foreign people also may think that this may not be permanent. It will be for a time here and there, and then we drop off again. So are you strong enough to lay the foundation, a strong one?
I would ask back, are you strong enough? Individual Thai citizens, if they have the common agenda, if they know that it's the same direction that we are moving ahead. For example, get Thailand out of the middle income trap. For example, get the society to have high level of harmony. Stop all these nonsense quarrels, stop all these corruptions. Then we will move ahead. It's not up to the government, it's up to the people. But the government is doing its best to engage our people, to understand that we can be one. We can work with diverse opinions, but same destiny. I'm not suggesting that we all have to think the same. We can think differently, but if our destiny is the same and we have the unity to an approach to go there, then we can talk, we can work it out, we can find the best solution for Thailand. And this is the time, and I would invite the society, the citizens, to come together and work it out. Government is so happy to lead, but government needs individuals, cooperation.
Yes. Especially the private sector could play a very important role. Do you think so?
Economically, certainly.
We will go, but they will stay on.
I'll give you one example.
Yes,
as I mentioned earlier, we have adopted many good policies, some of which have never been done before, in order to provide incentives for private sector to innovate, to do more in research, to put in more money in their research. Today, we have done on our part, the government, providing tax incentive, providing human resources needed by the private sector, provided common infrastructure for them to utilize. It's up to the business today to get up and invest more in knowledge creation, to invest more to innovate so that they will have better products and services that are competitive in the world market. We are ready, so just join hands and walk together forward. Internationally, we are also moving ahead. In a week or two, our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Somkit Jatup Sripitak, will lead 5 or 6 ministers to Japan to encourage our partner, in this case Japan, to work with us in getting Thailand up and running, especially to be central to the Greater Mekong sub-region, for instance.
Because Japan itself, as a friend in need, a friend indeed, really, because many times they've been helping. So last but not least is how you to draw, as you were saying that about going out to draw attention of the foreign investors. But locally, how do you have any plan for to boost up the foreign investor to come in?
If you group them into 3 groups,
yes, sir.
First, multinational companies. Certainly, we have a good ease of doing business environment for them. We want them to come. We want them to invest. We want them to employ and to spend money. And lately, we have seen good signal that many of them in many important sectors are now doing more, investing more, especially in research and development. Secondly, we have the Thai large enterprises.
Yes, sir.
And today they are growing. And not only domestically, they are also growing in neighboring countries. Thirdly, we have small and medium enterprises. We have a number of packages to support them. And fourth, as we have been saying all along, innovators or startups that we are now providing ecosystem and some financial assistance to get them to do better.
Very interesting. So we have another, after we have still to talk, because to prove that government and yourself as a minister taking care of all these kind of things. So you're going to arrange some fair for this, but we're going to come back for that.
Okay.
So Thailand today would like to thank Science and Technology Minister Dr. Pichet Durongkaveroj for keeping us abreast of the government's push homegrown innovation towards global recognitions. So come back and they will see you again. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching Thailand today. I'm Kusuma Yothashwood. We'll see you again tomorrow. Sawadee ka.